Okay, first grocery haul. I don't know, I'm trying to do a little grocery haul. So I guess this will be maybe my big haul of the month. It's probably gonna be like 50-50. So this one we are going to be going on vacation, so I don't wanna spend too much. So I ended up spending, I'll tell you at the end. But I got things because we just got a bunch of apples and stuff up from our other house, and we need to be canning those things. We got pears and apples and a bunch of stuff. That will be in another video. I'll share that with you, but I'll share with you what I got. Okay, so here is the pile, guys. So I got one big cheese thingy here and then another cheese here, which is not a lot of cheese for our family, but good golly, I think the two of these were just like $36 or something. So I was getting brown sugar. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna do apples too. Thanks. Thank you. We ran out of brown sugar, so I bought 6 bags of brown sugar. And then I got 2 of these discounted breads. I got a bunch of sugar. Guys, the prices of things. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what's going on? And the lack of produce. I'm glad that I wasn't getting any produce. But the lack of produce was like, ooh, goodness. But the prices of things, the sugar, I want to say it was like 8 something. Yeah, it was $8.64 per 10-pound bag. It's expensive. What happened to my cheap sugar? And I do choose Domino sugar over the blue just because it's a cane sugar versus a GMO beet sugar. I know. But then you're going to see the meat that I got, and you're going to be like, oh, that's like chunky meat. I'm going to explain to you about the meat after. All right, so I got 5 sugars. Then I got 6 of these unbleached flour. We do have some, I think this is the same one that used to be in the brown bag, but now it's in the orange bag. I don't know. I'm assuming that it is, but I'm not entirely sure because the brown bag was missing. Okay. And then I got 30 pounds here of potatoes. I literally have no plan for meals this month. I'm kind of like eating what we have from the pantry. Brought a bunch of stuff down from our other house. We have a bunch of stuff already. I do know that my freezers are very low on meat. So I do have some stuff. I do. We did bring down a bunch of greens from up north, so I think that I don't need to buy like salads and stuff. I'm going to be using greens in other forms. So yeah, it's just crazy. Okay, so I thought we were going to be eating this for supper, but I guess the kids ate peanut butter and jelly instead. So I guess my husband will get this for work, so yay for that. I was going to buy 4 packages of this boneless chicken breast, but it was very juicy. I don't know what you'd say. It was very watery, I guess. So we got 3 packages. There's only 5 altogether. Then we have 2 packages or 4 things of butter. We have a ton of apples, so I'm thinking like butter is kind of like extravagant, but at the same time, I need butter when I'm cooking. So I got 4 things, a half and half. That is our specialty. I might end up switching over just to plain milk because it is a lot cheaper. We shall see. Okay, so I got some sales on meat. A couple years ago, I would have been growing all my own meat. I would have been like, ew, this meat's disgusting. At the same time, I'm on a budget and I need protein, and that's what you're to do. If God gives you a budget, you can use the budget that the Lord gives you and do the best with the funds that you have. That's what somebody asked me the other day. Well, what should I do about meat? I'm like, just do the best that you can do within your budget. Okay? That's what I'll tell you. Figure out what meats are cheap, and I'm going to share with you some cheap meats if you're going to Walmart. I don't know the other stores. We just happen to be going through Walmart. We only have a few more days before we're going on vacation. Why go on vacation if you guys are like trying to save money and all that type of stuff? Because sometimes you just need to get away, take a deep breath, and enjoy your family and enjoy your children. I would much rather do that and cut back my groceries a little bit and then reconfigure when we come back. And that's what we will be doing. But I feel so blessed. When you guys see our haul from our homestead, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, the Lord just so abundantly blessed you. I'm really excited about that. And then we also got to go to a farm and pick up some things, and that's in this month as well. That was actually before this one. So I'm gonna share with you what I got for you. Okay, so the chicken breast, I got 3 of these. So this is actually a little over 5 pounds of meat. So technically that would be like 1 meal for us. I think what I'm going to do though is take these 3 and then I'm going to cut it into 4 meals. So we'll have a little over 4 pounds per meal. Okay, so then these were on sale. I was looking. Now, do not look in the freezer. I was looking in the freezer cases for this type of meat because it was, I think the ones in the freezer were Shady Brook and it was like almost $5 a pound. These right here, just regular ground turkey, is $1. My receipt, $1.98 a pound. So this is $1.98 a pound. And then these ones, when I went to go look for this, these were in the case and I could just see that something was marked down for $1.25. So I just started scanning everything in that case. And these were $1.25 a pound and that was all they had left. So I got the rest of those. And then I got these for $1.98 a pound. So I think I have, let's see, 10 of these and then what was left of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of those. And then I got the chicken leg quarters. Now, these are, let me double check it, 7 something. Okay, $7.72. So these are $7.72 and it is for a 10-pound bag. That means it is less than $1 per pound. Now, they only had 4 bags. What I'm doing tonight before I do anything else is I will be taking these and I will be cutting them into drumsticks and then quarters and bagging them separately. So each of these bags, I'll probably end up making 5 bags of each out of these 4 bags. So I'll actually have 10 meals out of these 4 bags. And that would have cost, let's see, let's round it up to 8 times 4, 32. So 32 for, how many meals did I just say? 10 meals, yes. Because this would be 10 pounds, roughly 5 pounds per meal. So it'd be 2, 4, 6, so 8 meals. So 8 to 10 meals, depending on how it gets cut up, how it bags up, for that right there. So that is a great price. Then I end up getting hot dogs. The kids, you know, the kids. It's cheap. They were $1 on clearance and I grabbed some hot dogs. So I grabbed some hot dogs. I thought potatoes and hot dogs cut in there, that'd be great. Great for a quick and easy meal. I did get this Cajun style. This was on clearance. I want to say it was around $3 a pound or $3 for this, which is 13 ounces. So I got this, but I'll only use it a little bit. So I'll use one of these to make a batch of jag because I have all those greens. And then this was marked down to $2.74 a pound. So this is original sausage with added spices. This will already have some seasoning in it. So I might use something like this in like a quiche or something like that. I don't know where this came from. Well, actually I do. It came from Home Depot. But that was not part of this haul. But kids and people are bringing things in. Now, we also bought, on this day, we bought some grapes to go with supper. So they ate a portion of those grapes. I'm just moving this away from the meat though. Okay, other things. While being up in Princeton, I thought potentially
that my massive Excalibur dehydrator that I have had for over 10 years, I thought that yes, it probably had broken, and indeed it had. So sadly, I got rid of it. But in order to buy a new one, it's almost $500. So I went with like a half and half. So this, I don't know about half and half. Anyway, it was something that was available. I have oodles of apples that I need to take care of, and it was $144. So I'm gonna see how it is, and go from there. So this is the dehydrator. If you have tried this, let me know how it is. It actually said 650 watts, and the Excalibur is like 700 watts or something like that. It was pretty close. 8 trays. Obviously it's smaller, but I think we can still get some pretty cool things in it. It looks digital, so I might be happy with it. We'll see. I was looking for an apple core. They did not have an apple core. So I'm hoping maybe this will help. I just wanted the core, guys, just so I could like go like this and make baked apples. And then I got one of these because younger kids love using this. And we used to have one and I couldn't find it. So that was for cutting apples. I have a planner book, which is going to be used for my YouTube videos and such. So I can plan a little bit better, try to get more organized. Yeah. And this was on clearance for $7. I think it was like $13 originally. I got a like mandolin type slicer as well. I think that was $17. So those are the things that I bought that were not part of my food. And my food was $360.74. I don't know. Maybe because I was tired. Maybe because it's meat. I don't know. Felt like a lot of stinking money. $360. Anyway, that's what I spent. But I did get a lot of meat. I don't know how many pounds that would be. Quite a bit. I don't know. All right. Hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day. I'll share clips of different things. So I was hoping to find yellow markdown items. I do not know when that grocery store actually marks down their meat, but I always liked keeping an eye on yellow stickers. There was no yellow stickers, but keep an eye on your prices. Like we saw this meat right here was $1.25 a pound. That's awesome. This right here, now if I bought chicken leg quarters just in a regular package, it was $2.12. If I was to buy drumsticks, even in the bags like this, if I was to buy the drumsticks are actually more expensive. It is $1.09 a pound. Now you're talking about 10 pounds for $7.72. So yes, a lot cheaper. Anyway, hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. So as far as meat goes, I think I got the cheapest bargains for the day where I was. We are going to be looking for hopefully a whole animal, or see if we can find a local farm that has meat at a decent price. So we're going to be looking around, but for right now, I thought it was good actually that you guys saw what I was buying. And so it was asked before, I think it was one of my like extreme meal type videos about the amount of meat that I used. So for one, those are extreme budgets, so that's not something that we eat on a regular basis, but those meals that I have would be included into my normal day-to-day eating. So maybe we'd have one of those meals every few days so that I can stretch out the other meals that I'm having. Also the recommended amount, which I prefer to have more than this, but the recommended amount of meat per week for a person, a grown male, is 23 ounces per week, which is less than 2 pounds per week. Am I saying that that's the greatest idea, challenge? No. And that goes for meat and eggs. So if you think about it, honestly, a person should be, my goal is to have at least 1/4 pound per day, usually more, of meat and eggs. Normally we have eggs quite a few times a week for breakfast. So when you're looking at your total consumption of a day, like those were just Those are just suppers that we had. So if you're looking at your total consumption of the day, if you had eggs for breakfast, then your lunch and dinner do not need to have massive amounts of meat. They can be kind of like a garnish. And I understand, like in the keto diet and in other diets, paleo, that type of stuff, that things look different, right? I was recently surprised, honestly, when talking to a Wampanoag person from Plymouth Plantation, that they actually had a lot of vegetarian meals. I want to say, do not quote me on this, it was something like 80% of their diet was vegetarian, which was surprising. I was kind of thinking meat and whatever. And so I was kind of surprised by that. And she said that they live to be older, which is not surprising, just because they're eating real foods, and they have a work-life balance that's really good, and they're eating good foods and such. Anyhow, that said, I understand people's diets are different. I understand that we all do things differently. I mean, some people just eat vegetarian, some people just eat vegan. So in an extreme situation, I have no issues eating that way. As long as we have plenty of food, then that's what counts to me. Plenty of food to fill tummies. Yeah, so I thought that I would just mention a little bit about that. Now, do I agree with that? Do I think that we should have like limited amounts of meat, yada, yada, yada? I think it just depends on your budget. I think that ideally, for our family, we would have more proteins than other families, namely because we have a couple people with diabetes, type 1 diabetes, and then we also have some other health concerns where it makes more sense to have a higher protein diet. That said, some of those people that have that diet do not or cannot have eggs. So some of our family has eggs. So anyway, that's the way that it is. My goal is for the main meal of the day would be to have roughly 4 to 5 pounds of meat. And that would be about 1/3 of a pound to 1/4 to 1/3 of a pound of meat per person. So 15 people, if it was 16 people divided by 4, it'd be 4 pounds of meat that I would need per person for grown people. But I usually cook between 4 and 5 pounds of meat for our main meal. And then our other dishes, they could have different things. They could have different proteins. They could have different things in them. But there we go. There's my chat about meat. So overall, I want you just to take into evaluation what your family has, what your family needs. Overall, you want your family to be full and well fed, and I think one ingredient foods are the best way to do that. So cut out the processed, put your food into good foods, and have a blessed day.